Hey, do you have rally wheels on your classic car and your center caps look like this? They're all dull, don't look that good, but you'd rather they look like this? Well, restoring these things is easier than you might think. So I'm going to show you how to refurbish your caps with new paint, polish the chrome, polish the stainless, get some dents out of it. It's all in this episode. Stay tuned. Here's a set of Corvette Rally caps. They go on 8-inch Corvette Rally wheels. You might also find these on a Camaro or a Chevelle. They all came with that kind of a wheel design. And that center rally cap, we got to restore ours for our 56 Bel Air, and I'm about to get into that today. Show you how easy it is. It's not that big of a deal. Let's get into it. So let's start off with a little bit of rally cap anatomy. These caps are in 3 parts. There's the cover, the center nose cone. Looks like Space Mountain from Disney. That's one part. The other part is a stainless steel backing ring. And then there's the steel mount that goes onto the rim. So this is the part that snaps into the center of the wheel when you put it on. It's a friction fit. So on the wheel itself, they've got the little tips here that this snaps into. So I've taken one apart, and I've already painted one just to have it as an example to show you how to do this, but I've got to do the same thing with these others. So this is pot metal on the center nosing. It's actually chrome plated, so they chrome plate them first and then they paint them, and then this one is actually dinged up. You can see it's got a little dent in it and a nick. So I've got a 5th one. I actually have 5. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 assembled, and then one is disassembled. But when they are together, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws that hold the nose onto the whole assembly. So you can take that apart, and then once you have that apart, if you really need to, if your stainless is in bad shape, in very bad shape, you need to remove some dents, which is like this one. See how this one's got some, you can maybe see it better on the other side. See the dents and the dings in it? So this one needs a little bit of TLC. This would be a fifth ring though. I've already removed it from here. Now I've not tried yet to put it back on, but getting it off is a bit of a trick. I used a chisel, and when these two were together, I used a chisel that had a sharp edge, and I just took my time and pried and got this off until I got it about halfway around or 3/4 of the way around. And when I got it 3/4 of the way around, I was able to fish this out. And now I'm going to have to go back in the same way. As a matter of fact, if you look at the lip is still in place from here to maybe here, but I pried the rest of it. And you can see I didn't completely open it, partially opened it most of the way on the 180-degree side. So this is still mostly pressed down. This is mostly open, and the rest of it is just partially open, and I was able to fish it out. So it didn't warp it, it didn't damage it, it didn't dent it. You can see the edges are still looking good. So this chrome, well, we call it chrome, but this is actually stainless. So this stainless can be straightened out. All those dents can be pushed out, and this can be sanded and buffed and get this looking like brand new. Mine, it's just whether or not you want to go through that much trouble to take off the stainless. I have one that I bought as a replacement. So I bought this one used because I knew I had one was dented up, and I knew I had a nick in my my nose cap. So I bought one online used, but you'll see they're subtly different. If you look at it really good, this one has a bit of a rise right here, whereas this one doesn't. So it's going to sit a little bit shorter. Now, you put one in the front, one in the back, you'll never see it. You'll never notice the difference. But there are some subtle differences between these. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take all the caps off, separate them all, and then we're going to start cleaning these things up. They've got a lot of road grime on them. Clean them up, and then we're going to get the chrome polished up. Then we're going to get the stainless steel polished, and then we're going to paint them and reassemble them. You're going to see how they're going to look good as new. So disassembling these is real easy. Just unscrew on the back. It's a quarter inch screw head. I'm going to take these apart, and then I'm going to soak them in some dishwater, scrub them down, get all the dirt off of them. We need to get these separated so that we can deal with the chrome in one manner, and we can deal with the stainless in a different manner. Let me go ahead and get these disassembled, and then I'll show you. Alright, I have them disassembled except for one. I'm going to leave one for a before. We'll come back to that. So now let's go ahead and let's get these things washed up. Now that we got them clean, it's kind of like fool's gold. They look beautiful when they're wet. And you can see that as they start drying out, they get dull again. So best way to polish chrome, you don't need any fancy creams or anything else. Just take a wadded up piece of aluminum foil and just rub all of this down. It's the best thing to do. Rub all the chrome bits. So all the chrome that's exposed around this perimeter and on the top and around each one of these little ribs. You get all that. That'll hold and shine. You get all the ribs. Sometimes the oxidation will build up on these things, and it'll leave a crust. So I want to get all that off. The one that I took apart has got some indents here. I don't know if you can see them. On the back side, maybe you can see that. So what I need to do is I've got dents here, 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 and here I need to take out. And then they've got some really sharp tips or sharp gouges here that maybe need to come out if I can get to them, if I can get them. And that's the only reason why to take this this cap apart from the center ring, because these are all behind that steel plate. So what I did is I have a piece of wood that I ground down into a rounded nose, because this is a rounded shape here, and I'm going to try to gently get that out without taking it too far. Now where these are here in the middle, these were beyond the ring. So I think we'd have been able to get these out. See, I'm trying not to put any points into it. I'm trying to be smooth with it. You have to be creative with whatever your tools are that you're gonna make use of. But look, that dent's coming out already. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. Already, that's 100 times better than it was. And we haven't even gotten to the point where we're ready to go polish it. So I'm seeing that this is still flat right here. So let me just take my time with this. I'm gonna keep working it, and we're gonna get it out. All right, it's not the greatest straightening job. I don't really need to take the time to make this perfect, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and sand this down and start polishing this. All right, where I have some of the gouges, I'm going to hit that with some 320 in a block to basically, that's the equivalent of filing. I'm going to knock down the high spots. Now if you look at it, you can see how it's not perfect, right? But here's the thing. I don't know if you can tell, but you can see how it's a little bit dented. See how it's dull in some spots and shiny in the others? So if this is a piece of trim that you weren't going to be hitting with a mallet every time you change the wheel, we might take our time and try to get those out. But, you know, this is on the wheel, so we need to be practical about it. We need to really get just the worst of it out. So I'm doing this one just as an experiment. This was going to be a throwaway because I wanted to prove that you could take them apart if you had to. And if I had more time or patience or need, I'd potentially be working these dents a lot more, a lot longer, taking a lot more time to get this thing perfect. But I don't need to, so I'm just going to kind of, you know, show you the highlights of what you should do if you wanted to. So now I'm going to use my DA and I'm going to hit it with some 320. So I have 320. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole thing and reach into all these crevices. So you want to do that. You want to do that to take out all the scratches. You're putting scratches in it, but you're putting scratches to one size. And you need to use a grit that is going to take out whatever scratches you might have in them. So this is cleaning up really well. It's got some different contours, so you gotta get into it one way and then get into it the other way, and it's coming along. So I'm gonna do 320 and then I'm gonna do 600. All right, we're going to take it to our buffing wheel, and we want a couple of different things. You want two different wheels. You want one a little coarser than the other. So this is my coarser wheel, and that's my finer wheel on the other side. So you want, this is going to be, I'm using Eastwood stainless. This is a stainless cutting compound. So I'm going to use that to do the primary cut, and I'm going to use this white rouge on the other one to polish it off. You want that? You need water. You definitely need water. It doesn't work very well without water. And then you want gloves. So let's get the gloves on. Turn the buffer on. Got a little vibration. So it's not perfect, but that looks good. It's got a few little dents and dings still. I didn't try to get perfect with this, but that is so much better than what it was. You know, it had those big dents in it. So now the next thing to do is to reassemble this, and let's see if we can't do that without goofing up the edge. So it's taking a little bit of effort, but it's getting in there. It took a little while to get it started. once I got it started, then it was going. I got it. Boy, at the last little bit, when it went. So it looks like it's maybe fighting me right there a little bit. Needs to be pushed in a little bit, but that's it. So now what I need to do is I need to make sure that this is pressed firmly down, and then once it's against this, and make sure then I'll be able to wrap this, and I might be able to tap it down. I might have to clamp it. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna use a piece of burlap on a block of wood to tap that back down. Yep, I just need to keep on working that down. All right, here comes the one part you probably tuned in for. How do you paint this? How do you paint that with all these ribs? Oh my. This is actually very easy. It's ridiculously easy. Once I show you, you're gonna be like, duh. All right, so what we need to do is we need to mask that crisp line. I'm gonna mask that. So I'm going to go all the way around, and I want that line to be crisp. So I'm going to put the masking tape right up to the edge. Just like that. Now, once I get this, then what you need to do is you need to take this tape and you need to cut it and you need to strip these. No, that's not what you need to do. Absolutely not what you need to do. Let's go ahead and cover this, even though we're going to put paint on it in a minute. We want to just do one step at a time, so I'm going to mask the end cap off, but you're going to see how this works. Just make sure that this is good and crisp. All right. So it's all the way around like that. Now, the magic tool, let me show you. It is a piece of packing foam. So this is, hard foam. It's layered. Not styrofoam. This is packing foam. It goes, it's like a computer box or electronics or something. This is the very stiff foam. You want something like this, and you need some lacquer thinner and some black spray paint, and watch how this is going to work. All right, I have some cardboard down here, and just black enamel. That's it. And we're going to spray this, but what we're going to do is we're going to use this and lacquer thinner, and we're going to rub it off. That's the trick. It could be a 5-second video. I know that's going to be one of the comments. Could have done this video in 5 seconds. Yes, I could have. Just make sure I get a good coat on it. See? Not much. Take the lacquer thinner. Put it on my styrofoam. And watch. Just rub this off. And it's going to take several passes. Several passes. You're going to do this. And you might have to rub it a little harder to get the ribs, to rub the paint down a little bit, the side of these little ribs. You might take a few different dips of the lacquer thinner. But that is it. Just keep rubbing it. Go with the grain though. That's all there is to it. Take another dip of lacquer thinner. I'm being real sloppy with this, you know, you can see it. I'm not being very careful. And the good thing is, if you discover like I just discovered, and I've got a holiday right here, spray it again. And keep wiping it. How easy is that? Now wait till I pull the masking tape off. Let me do the top too. Now watch, I'm gonna pull the masking tape off now. And we got that crisp line off the top. I'm gonna leave that, I'm gonna leave it on the side. I'm gonna leave that because I'm gonna spray the top now, but I wanted to be controlled as I did it. Need to get that tape off. And I'm wearing gloves because, you know, you can see I'm all up in it. So now let's get the paint all up in it. And just rub that off. Now this is deeper. You can just use paper towels or something for this, or a rag. Just make sure it doesn't drip, you know. Make sure we got good coverage. Got good coverage in there. Now peel the tape. Let's see my end. Peel the tape. Continue cleaning. And that's it. That's done. That is done. There it is. That's it. What did it take? It took just about 5 minutes, if that. Look at it. Let me show you one of the old ones. So let me show you the one that I didn't do anything to. That's just crazy easy, you know? So watch, now I need to marry this back to the backing plate. So let me go ahead and do that. Truth told, I bought that replacement one because this one was so beat up. And I said, well, instead of throwing it on the side, let me try to make it work. So that's what I did. I made it work. All tight. You ready? And there it is. Oh man, look at that. Now you know what I've never seen? It looks like a turbo thrust, right? It looks like the splines. You see the reflection? Watch the dull one. It loses that effect. Look at that. What do you think? I like it. So now I need to do the rest of them. All right, this is where we're at so far. So I've got the one still disassembled. I've got 3 of the dishes polished. This is the one that had all the dents in it. And then I've got 2 more caps here to paint. So I'm gonna leave that one and do that one last. I'm gonna do a little separate, short video on that one. But I need to paint these, and I've decided not to go with this off dish. This is the one dish that was an odd shape compared to the other ones. So this is on the replacement one I've got from eBay, and it's got its own set of dents and dings. So I figured, all right, well, I've got the one that matches with the dents and dings that I polished out, so we're gonna go with that one, so I have a matching set. Let me go ahead and I'll get these painted up. Here we go. And there they are. Doesn't that look good? Look how great those look. Let's compare it again to the original. You know, you can see the paint fading, or you can see, so rolling on the road, and the road grime, it kind of blasts off the paint, so you can see how it's a dull line. And then now here, and it's crisp. You'll notice that after I sprayed the top, I left that mask on, but then I had to come back and I had to touch up, you know, I had to touch up the little veins with this. So this is the trick, you know, just something stiff. All right, let me go ahead and finish that last one, reassemble them, and we'll see what they look like on the car. And there's the whole set. You look awesome. All right, I need to roll Christine out, wash the tires and wheels, put the trim rings on, and put the center caps on, and we'll see what it looks like, but it ought to look outstanding. So I've never washed these tires since they were brand new and mounted. And I got these from Summit. So they're Mickey Thompson's, you can read that. I had a choice between BF Goodrich radial TAs, which I have on my 71 Cutlass, Cooper Cobra, which is like the other most popular one, you know, everybody's got those too. And then there's the Mastercraft Avenger. Those are the other, that's another one that's available in raised white letters. But I just thought that for what I'm building, this Mickey Thompson just had a really nice look to it. There's a few more dollars. It's a little more expensive, but it's unique. I've never seen anybody else sporting Mickey Thompsons, and Mickey Thompson's is a name from back in the day, right? You know, so in fact, I think they still make, you know, they're still making stuff now, but I mean, back then it was like, that was a lot. So these wheels, these are original 8-inch Corvette Rally wheels, and I've got a video out there where I took an Amazon sandblaster that you attach to a pressure washer, and I got these all cleaned up, sprayed them with phosphoric acid, and then shot them with a single stage metallic silver. And I want to say it's argent silver is the original color from the factory, but it's hard to match, and so little of this shows up. We just needed them to be silver. so I picked a generic medium tone silver, and that's what we're going with. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to clean this tire up, clean the one on the back of them, put some tire shine on it, and then we're going to stick those center caps and then some brand new beauty rings. Pry this tire off, and I've got a tire shine from McGuire's. Use this one on the Cutlass, and I like it. I've also got an applicator, which is helpful. Sparingly sneak up on it. So let's start with the center cap. I figured I'm gonna put the best looking one of the four. I'm gonna put that one in front. Put that one right here. And I got a rubber mallet. I know these they like to fight. There we go. And I got brand new beauty rings, set of 4 from Summit. These, mine were mismatched, and they were a bit damaged. So I don't know how easily or hard these are going to be going in. I know it's going to scratch the wheel. There we go. Yeah. All right. Holy cow, look at that. Wow. Yeah, that's looking sharp. Look at that. That's outstanding. All right. So I got the lug nuts tight on this because I don't think this tire is coming back off of this car. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with some tool that will get these off some sort of way, so that if ever I've got to take them off, I've got something that's specifically made, and I'll roll with that in the trunk. All right, here's the beauty ring in. Kind of remember doing this with my feet. And it's always a pain because you got to try not to pinch the stem, right? Just get it to start. It's twisted. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Okay. And this is its first time on, so there it went. Oh, those fit a lot better than mine, and the stem's nice and loose. There we go, we're not pinched. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, that is fun. Oh, man. I can just stand there and stare at that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. All right, let's take a step back and take a look at the whole thing. This is amazing. Oh, man. Look at this. Look how gorgeous. Look how gorgeous. Oh, man. Look at that. That's dynamite. Dynamite, dynamite, dynamite. Looks amazing. Incredible. That's going to do it. Do hope you liked this episode. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, if you're enjoying my channel, I'd appreciate a subscription. So until I see you next time, please take care of yourself. Cheers.